here. Today we have an awesome performance by a group called Dancing Our Prayers from Central Washington State. They drove all the way down from Washington and just arrived a few hours ago to come and give us this presentation. So I'm so happy that you could join us here this morning. Let me say just a little bit about the river for those of you that don't know. The river is a church that meets on Lincoln Avenue, just north of 280, kind of behind the Seth Bank. So if you don't have a home church and you're interested, we'd love to invite you to come and check that out. One of the things at the river that we love to do is build relationships with people. And we have had about a year relationship with this group, Dancing Our Prayers. And we thought that they had such a special thing to share that we wanted to bring them here to San Jose to share with you. So let me introduce their leader, Corey Greaves. Corey, so Corey comes from the Yakima Nation in Washington, and he lives on the reservation there. And he has some stuff to share that I think is powerful for us to hear. So I want to invite him and their people to share with us. Thanks, Corey.
Shakpatre. Crush my neck, crush. Kushapo Timki. Corey Greaves. Washnash, Blackbeak Connect, Irish Connect, Victor Connect, the Shaik Shastapnish Pa, Kukukshash, Mending Wings Pa. Naitlas, Iwa Shirley Looker, Natuta Siwa, Phil Greaves. So this is just a proper way to introduce ourselves. I don't know what I said, but it sounded cool. We just introduced our name. Our Indian name is Kush. My English name is Corey Greaves. And talked about where we're from, who our people are, who my parents are. And that's just a proper way to introduce ourselves. So we're very happy to be here today in sunny California, even though we're all Seahawks fans. It's still good to be here. We were in San Francisco, I think, a year ago, and we were down in Chinatown. So we went to this Presbyterian church down there, and it was a day that the Hawks were playing. I don't remember who they were playing, but I had my ribbon shirt on, and you see some of these guys wearing around a drum. And underneath that, I had my Lynch jersey, right? My Marshawn Lynch jersey. So when I got up to speak, you know, I was scared, right? But I was going to do it anyway. I was really hot. And I said, boy, is it hot in here? And I took it off. And I said, no, I feel like a winner now. I was glad I did that in a church, because otherwise, bad things could have happened. So we don't have a word in our language for thank you. But we say, Kwatlanushamash. I'm happy. And so we say Kwatlanushamash for being here today, for you guys coming out, hanging out with us. We're going to do some songs, we're going to do some dances, and we're also going to invite you. We're going to try to get some of you guys up here doing some dances with us. That'll be a lot of fun too. But we travel, we're with a native nonprofit youth organization called Mending Wings. So we come from the Yakima Nation in central Washington State. We have 14 tribes and bands that make up the Yakima Nation. This land that we are all standing upon today, this is not our traditional homeland. I wish that I knew the homeland, whose land this is, what people come from this land here, because the proper way would have been for them to welcome us, to introduce us. So I'm not a chief. I don't speak for all Indian people. None of us do. But we just come and we represent the Yakima Nation. So we hope that you enjoyed us, have a good time. You guys are lucky, you're in the shade, unless you guys like sun and you're good. We get a lot of sun where we're from because they always put Indians in the desert, right? Take away our good land and put us in the desert. So we get a lot of this. We don't get, I think we get, I saw a statistic that said we get less rainfall a year in Zimbabwe, Africa. I don't know what, that's free. Take that home, I don't know what that means. It just is a cool statistic. So I was down in Albuquerque, New Mexico, at a school called Bramhall. And it was a Native Youth Conference that was going on. The only thing that made it a Native Youth Conference was that there was Native youth there. But it felt, sounded, smelled, looked like any other kind of Euro-American youth conference that you would see across the country. Not that I'm poo-pooing that, I'm just saying that's not who we were, so I think it would have been different. So I was really kind of frustrated with that. And I had been, I myself, you know, I'm a follower, as several of these kids back here were followers of the Jesus way as Indian people. So we don't think that God makes junk. So we can be who Creator, we say, Tamanwatla, made us to be, as Indian people, as we follow this Jesus way. But the leadership I've always worked with under in the church has always told us that the drumming was bad and that singing was bad. All those Indian things, those are bad. So if you want to be a good Christian, you cut your hair, you learn the guitar, you learn the piano, you know. Then you can be that. So at the end of that conference, a week long, everybody gone home, I was really frustrated. And I won't tell the whole story. I just remember being frustrated, and I remember just praying to Mom with them. And kind of, honestly, I was doing some cussing at him too. I was just sick of it. And he gave me I'm not one of those people that say, hey, God spoke to me, right? Because I think that gets thrown around a little bit too much to approve what we think of doing. But I got a clearer vision that day than I ever had. And it came in prose, and it said, my people were here long before the others cast their sails to the wind. Before the tears of innocence, like a heartbreak, would descend. And my people spread like eagle's wings across the mountains and plains. Now our feathers have been broken, but the eagle still remains. And that's what you're to be about, Corey, is mending the wings of your people so they can fly again. So I remember coming back to the city of Yakima, which is the city that borders our res to the north, and I went to Print Guide. And I slapped down $25, and I got me a business card that made me president. Whatever that meant. And so from that time, and for 26 years I've been doing this. We've been able to speak into the lives of hundreds and hundreds of Native teens, and it's been a blessing. So we're gonna start off with a song and a dance. I'm gonna start over here, and these dancers first will introduce themselves, and then our drummers will introduce themselves. The drum that we're playing on today, what you would call one of those powwow drums. How many been to a powwow? Oh, a number of you, okay. It wasn't one of those rendezvous white guy powwows, right? Real Indian powwows, all right. So it's made out of, we say yamish, that's deer. And so it's gonna have the sound of our mother, our heartbeat. That's the sound you're gonna hear. It's not gonna sound like what you hear on those John Wayne movies, right? You gotta get that out of your head. It's not, hey, how are you, how are you? That's not it. Heartbeat, the heartbeat. So you'll hear that. So let's start down here. Introduce yourself, speak nice and loud. Oh, we got to speak louder because they can't hear you. Oh, sore throat. This is Ellen Marie Tithen, and she is dancing women's fancy.
I'm Thompson, and I'm dancing men's fancy.
Shakawit, English next to Tawasa, and I'm Janelle, and I'm doing traditional. I'm Persephone, and I'm doing traditional. I'm Kiko, traditional. I'm Shannon, I'm doing traditional.
Jeremy. Beaver. CJ. Elton. Cameron.
Darian.
Okay. Ellen, as she's dancing women's fancy, she's going to be imitating a butterfly. It's a very beautiful dance, a lot of movement. So you'll watch her do that. Thompson is doing that men's fancy. It's, I would drop dead if I tried to dance the way he danced. That's not for out of shape people. Well, I guess round's a shape, right? I was telling our teens, I think as we were traveling, those in my van, they were talking about rubbing my belly like Buddha, right? And I said, yeah, I got the body of a god. Buddha's a god. And then the young ladies here who are dancing, the women's traditional, it's a very graceful, slow dance. You'll see them move their shawl, it's very beautiful. And then the two ladies on the end who are dancing jingle, that's a little more recent dance that comes from the Ojibwe people in Wisconsin, Minnesota, even up in Canada, Michigan. It's a healing dance. And so if you're, I want you to know that if you are in need of healing prayer, or if you have family members or friends, you think of somebody, I want you to know these ladies will be dancing for you. It's a healing dance. In the old days, it was that elk teeth, right? Or deer teeth that would be on there that would make that jingle noise. And then later, it became Copenhagen can lids that you roll up. But since Susie and Shannon quit chewing, they just, you get these at the store and they're already rolled. So they'll be doing a dance, a healing dance for those. Okay? Right. Okay. I have to rely on your ears. Can you hear the singing and drumming? Okay. Balanced, it's all right? Okay. Sorry, I hear us singing. Okay. We come from the res. The res is a lot different than here, for instance. We have a joke, we say, oh, you're leaving the res, you're going up to Yakima, you're going down to California. Oh, did you get your passport? Because there's a whole nother world out there. And it's true to that. We joke around, but there's a lot of truth to that. And one of our youth was asking, where's all the Indians, right? You just don't see that too often as we travel. I was talking with one of my elders, and our elders are where we traditionally learn from. They teach us our ceremonies, our spirituality, our family values, the way we treat one another, the way we don't treat one another, how we take care of the world that's around us, how we're related to these things. And they told me, this elder I was talking with, he said, when you walk back home and you walk on the earth, that she is our mother, and that's not in some new agey sort of thing. Please don't listen to New Agers. You don't know our ways. They said as you walk on this earth that she, your mother, because we came out of her, she recognizes your footprints. And she says, oh, you walk like your great grandmother or grandfather. And she recognizes you. And she gives to us. She gives us our roots and our berries and our salmon and our deer and our elk. She gives us our water. She gives us these things to live. And our elder said, when all the newcomers walk on this land, that she doesn't recognize their footprints. Because they don't have, as he put it, they don't have the roots here that go back from time immemorial when Tamawatla made us here and he formed us. And I took that with me. I've always thought long and hard about that. And it gives me a place of belonging, a theology of the land, if you will. That I know who I am and I know where I come from. And I know who our people are. And that helps me to develop as a good human being. And it seems as if we don't know that we can't become whole people, And these are the teachings that were given to me. They also told me that even though others are newcomers, she can get to know you. But that not to be takers. Don't be takers. Be givers. She's going to give to you, but if all we do is take and take and take and take and we're taking and we're taking and we're taking, she's going to come to a point where she says, I have nothing left. And she'll stop giving. And our elders talk to us about a day that will come in this country where she'll stop giving because she has nothing. That's going to be a hard day for us as human beings when that comes. It doesn't mean it has to be that way, so we can change our way of thinking, So when I go and I gather we live in a sea of sage. When I gather some sage, I always leave a gift, maybe some tobacco, or I say those prayers. I leave something. And in that way, I'm also giving back. You keep a relationship like that. I'll tell you the rest of this story in a moment. We're going to do another song, another dance. And this is just, it's called We Thank You. And in English it says, we thank you, our Maker, for your gift of life. And we see your beauty calling our hearts strong and free. So I want you to prepare yourselves because this next one's going to be where some of our dancers are going to go out and invite you to dance with them. If you say no, you owe them $10. That's how Mending Wings does fundraising. So just prepare yourselves. And then if you don't get picked, because there's obviously more of you than there are of us, we're going to still ask you to pair up for as many potatoes as we have. That'll make sense in a minute. Okay. So Dancing Our Prayers is one of the programs under the umbrella of Mending Wings. We have cultural revitalization and retention classes where our kids are learning our language, they're learning how to gather the tule reeds to make the mats, they're learning how to gather the cedar bark and make our baskets, learning those things. What does it mean to be Yakima, right? And we have counseling for those dealing with addictions and abuses. The reality on the res, and not just ours, but really across Indian country, we have the highest teen suicide rate than any other ethnic group in the Western Hemisphere. We have the highest high school dropout rate than any other ethnic group in the U.S. Drug and alcohol abuse is 130, I know it's unbelievable, 130%, or times, I should say, the national average. Now that's not the sum of who we are. We also have great beauty, as you're seeing today, but there are realities among our people. We deal with what's called historical trauma. That's those things that have happened to our ancestors. And when we say ancestors, that makes it sound like, oh, a long time ago. For us, my grandmother was born in 1909. The Yakima War, the last one with the United States, was 1855, ended 1858. If you go from 1858 to 1909, where's my math whizzes? How many years is that? 50 what? Something like that. You said 52 or 3? You're right. That means my great-grandparents, they're alive during the Yakima War. Not a long time ago. And so those things that have happened in the Indian boarding schools, where the philosophy was kill the Indian, but save the man. Wipe out anything that's Indian about them and make them white people with good tans. So our mouths were washed out with soap if we spoke our language. Anything Indian about us was ripped off of us. We were taken from our parents as little ones. We didn't see them again until we were 18 or 19. We came home with short hair and a suit, a tie, and a big Bible under our arm. And we came home to our parents who were alcoholics because they didn't know how to deal with that pain. And by the way, I want to say this, that we owe a great debt to the drunken Indian. That might be strange to you. But it was during that era of the drunken Indian when they said, we're not going to be who you want us to be. And you won't let us be who we are. Therefore, I'll just become nothing. And their language and their culture, they buried it here. And they drank. But the good thing is when they came through on the other side and they became clean and sober, everything they hid down here came back up. And so now we're relearning our language and our culture, our dances and our songs. These dances, these songs, these are ancient. Ancient is this land that we sit upon today. So it's Dancing Our Prayers, which is a program of Mending Wings. As we travel around the country and we get to share our spirituality and our ways of life, and we get to learn from you. It's a beautiful thing. And I know a lot of times people ask us about this drum and they say, what are you saying? I hear hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. What does that mean? What is that deep Indian meaning, right? And I always tell them, well, you ever heard that song, Here she comes, just walking down the street, singing do-wah-diddy-diddy-dum. What does do-wah-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy do mean, right? And it's the same thing. What is hey, I, hey? It's a chant. So, and then, of course, we add words. The newer songs add words to those. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to do this dance called the potato dance. Okay? So let me show you how the. Well, I don't know if I should show you before or wait till you're picked. I'll wait till you're picked. All right. That way you might do it. All right. No, it's not that scary. All right. So I want to invite our dancers to go and pick a partner. See?
Sorry, my goodness.
Alright. Now husbands, if you're here with your wife, this might be a really good time to ask her to dance with you because you probably haven't done it for a while. So I need 1, 2, 3. I need 4 more couples. Any 4 couples, first one up right here. And whoever wins this dance is going to get a prize. Good Indian prize. All right, here's our first 2. I need 3 more. Come get your potato. I need 3 more couples. Here comes another one. Here comes. I saw you guys. Okay, and you guys. No, that's not fair. Elimination dance. So the last couple will get the prize. Okay. So here's how this works. Let's see who can you two do a demonstration, Serena and your partner?
Yeah.
All right. You put the potato on between your foreheads. You cannot hold each other. We're going to be drumming, and they're going to start dancing. But they got to move around. They can't go like this. So they're going to be moving all over the place. Our judges will eliminate you if you're just standing still. So guys, go ahead and start moving around. Not everyone, just those 2. There they go. It's going to be like that. See? Not that easy. All right? Okay, so with that in mind, partners, get ready. Get your potatoes ready. Get in place. Let's do that. Are you ready? I'm sorry, we're out of potatoes. Sorry. If there's a big rock, we can use that. Okay, here we go. Looking at me like, congratulations. We were going to give you a choice, either take that or you could drum the next song with us. Whichever one. She's like, okay. All So this next song, this is also a participatory song. Oh, you want it right now? It's right here. Okay, so the next song is called Friendship Dance. We're also going to be partnering up for this one, okay? Because we like to watch white people dance. We're going to be doing this one. I'm just Indians, man, we joke around with each other all the time. We're probably one of the most racist people to ourselves ever. So I'm going to ask the dancers again, except for Thompson, he won't be able to go out. They're going to pick a partner. Would you lead this? Okay. All right. So that. You do? Okay. All right. So dancers, very quickly, pick a partner. If you don't get picked, this is as many as you want to do this can do this. You'll pick a partner, and you're going to come line up behind Serena and her partner going this way. Actually, let's go this way because it's muddy over there. So we'll go this way, okay? So dancers, go and pick your partner. Go ahead. Okay. You can see people getting nervous when they see the dancers walking toward them.
Or you can just leave it up here on the grass.
All right, so everyone will line up on this side of Serena. That side of Serena. All right, good. It's good to see so many husbands. Grab your wives.
One down, keep it last.
All right, still plenty of room if anybody's afraid. Oh, you guys did the potato dance too, huh? Looking great, going all the way to the end. All right, here comes some more brave souls. There it goes, all right. By the way, they could go anywhere. They can climb trees, it doesn't matter. They can roll in the mud. We'll just do this song again here since we didn't get to finish it. So. song and do an honor dance. So in our culture, it's very important to honor one another, to honor our elders. See, when we get in line for a potluck or something, we always let our elders go first. On down until the little ones are the last ones to go. And I know that's flipped from a kind of way American culture does it. Not that either one's more right or wrong than the other, it's just different. We can celebrate that difference. But we want to honor you in our way, just for coming out and hanging out with us a little bit. And so we're going to do this honor song. We're going to do this dance for you. And I want you to know in your hearts, it really is for you. We're not really that concerned with like putting on a show, right? Providing entertainment for people. That's not really something that we're about. But we want to share with you who God made us to be. And in return, you share with us who God made you to be. And I think there's a great beauty in that. And we learn from one another. So as we do this honor song for you, as we travel, we get to travel all over the country. And we go to camps, and we go to conferences, and we go to churches. Today you just saw just like a little bit of what we do. Tomorrow morning at the River Church, we'll be doing drama. We're going to be doing all kinds of different things. And I want to invite you to come and hang out with us again tomorrow morning and see kind of a little bit more of what we do. But as we travel, one of the ways we get to places, we rely on generosity of other people. Just because there's this myth that just because we have an Indian casino, that means we're rich. It just ain't the truth. Just don't. There's some tribes who are rich, but we're not one of them. So anyway, we have what's called we have a thing called a giveaway. But this is kind of like a reverse giveaway. So we put a Pendleton blanket down here. And if these drummers, if these youth dancers, if they have honored you, if they have somehow blessed your life, just you feel like I'm going to walk away a better human being today than when before I came, then we want to ask that you would come and share a gift with them at that blanket. Just don't go into our pockets, or Corey doesn't get to go buy a new PS4 with it or anything like that. It just helps us get to one place to the next. And so we'd ask that as during this honor song that you would come and you would put your gift on that Pendleton blanket. And there's no pressure in this. It's just how you feel in your heart. So if you're writing a check, you would make it out to Mending Wings. So we put that there. So all right. So I just wanted to put that little plug in there, and that tomorrow morning we'll be at the river. And we really appreciated you guys again dancing. It was a lot of fun to do that stuff with you. Okay. Afterwards, if you'd like, you're welcome to come up. It's appropriate to take pictures, as long as they're not used to sell or something like that. We had a picture on our website. It was I actually knew the man, and he was spear fishing. I'm sorry, he was dip netting, and on the Columbia River, we say the Inchiwana, the big river. And he was dip netting, big dip nets, blowing up a salmon, and some photographer, professional, taking a picture and put it on and claimed it as theirs, right? The guy didn't even know. He's from the George family. He didn't even know anybody had taken his picture. So we saw that picture, oh, and so we asked him, hey man, can we put your picture? Oh yeah, no problem. We put it on our website, and this organization, or this company called us, said they were gonna sue us. And I said, do you even know who that is? Did you ask him? Well, no, we don't know, you know. I said, well, I think we're gonna sue you because you're, so I flipped it, man, and they got worried. I'll tell you what, you know, you just take it down and we'll just call it even. So anyway, as long as you don't sell our picture. And then they say we have Indian feathers. I was like, I didn't know we grew feathers. There's eagle feathers and there's hawk feathers. We have Indian feathers. All right. I'm sorry, we'd ask as you are able if you would stand. I'm sorry, still going through puberty. If you would stand at this time.
Okay.
Brett, do you have something you want to close with?
Terrible. And I missed it. You missed it, yeah. Your best right. Hey, I just want to thank everybody again for coming. I want to introduce the lead pastor at the River Church Community, Brad Long, and say a few words.
I just wanted to say thank you all for coming, and I hope your hearts were filled with an experience of God's love. I want to thank the youth and the youth families at the river for all the work they did. Let's give these guys a round of applause. A lot of work done to make all this happen. And more than anything else, I hope you'll join me in giving thanks to God for the beauty of Mending Wings and their expression of love for God in our midst. Let's give these guys a round of applause.
Say a few things about Mending Wings. If you're interested in learning more about them, you can find them at mendingwings.net. I asked Corey ahead of time, and he says they do accept 20s and 100s down here, so don't be shy. If you don't have anything on you, you're interested in giving, you can find out their contact information at mendingwings.net. I want to say a little bit about how this came to be. Last summer, the River Youth Group traveled to Washington through a program called... Yeah, you guys can sit down if you want, if you're tired. This will just be 1 minute, so it won't take long. Yeah, thanks, Corey, for being thoughtful. The River Youth Group traveled last summer to Washington through a program called Slam Trips. It's another program under Mending Wings. It's a service learning opportunity. And we were really deeply moved by being able to spend a week with the dancers and Corey. And on the trip back, we had a vision for bringing Dancing Our Prayers here to San Jose. And we wanted to have a venue for doing it outdoors where we could be kind of connected to the land as we learned about some of the Native American traditions that precede us. I think oftentimes in Silicon Valley, we live such a rushed life. We live on land that's paved over. And I think it's important for us to stop and remember that this is a land that has been here for thousands of years. And there are people before us that worked with this land and walked on this land for thousands of years. And I think as we have opportunity to watch Dancing Our Prayers worship God, it's a reminder that God is a big God and can be worshiped in so many diverse ways. And I think it's deeply moving to think about the ways in which we worship God and the ways in which they worship God to have a cultural experience coming together. So I would love to invite you guys back for more tomorrow morning at the river. We have a completely separate program that they're going to be doing. So if you're interested in that, it's going to be at 9 o'clock a.m. The river meets on Lincoln Avenue. The address is 670 Lincoln Avenue. It's behind the Sefview Bank, just underneath the 280 freeway. If you want to know more about the river, you can check us out at the-river.org. If you have young people, the river has children's programs all the way from infant up to 12th graders. If you have youth that are interested in getting involved in something like this, to be able to have these kind of cultural and spiritual experiences, our youth group meets at 6 o'clock on Friday nights, and we'd love to have you. So I just want to thank everybody again for coming, and I especially want to thank Dancing Our Prayers for sharing with us and having so much to teach us and learn from us. Let's give them one round of applause. All right, so we look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning, either at 9 or 11 o'clock. Thank you so much. If you have any questions you'd like to talk to us, please feel free to come and grab me.